It's time for our shot of vitamin T. It's Teresa Tomeo on with us, and I just want to say this. If you're going to go to Italy, you definitely want to go to EWTN and check out Saints in Italy, series that Teresa did for EWTN. But I would say this, it's even good preparation for our weekly conversation. Like, you should watch it before Teresa begins. Good morning, Teresa.
Good morning, buongiorno. I want to go to that Christmas party. That sounds like so much fun.
All invited.
It's going to be, we're going to rock the house. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. So.
I have to buy locate, though, because I'll still be here. So, but anyway, how are you guys?
Good.
Good. Great to talk to you. I'm sorry I missed you last week, but you mentioned, Dave, the Saints in Italy series. We're doing a follow-up to that. We were taping last week. We spent 4 days taping 8 different segments for a brand new series for the anniversary of the passing of St. Francis, which is next year, 800 years since his death. So we went all over central Italy, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work, but we had a great time. It should be out probably, I think, in the spring, early next year. So very, very excited about it.
Great. I have to say this, and everything that I've seen that's good on video normally involves Teresa Tomeo. But I will say this. There's a documentary that's out about the Holy Father. And I will tell you, if you've seen it, or if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to see a similarity. They've got a pace to that thing and some good music to it. And it made me think of all the videos that you produce. Always, not only is it filled with great content, everything that accompanies it matches the great content, right? And so...
Well, it's hard work, and you have to have, it's a team effort. You have to have really good videographers and editors and producers. So, yes, I'm on camera and I write the content, but you can't, I've been in this business since dirt, and I've learned a long time ago, it's not just about the on-air personality, it's about the producers, it's about the people behind the scenes, and the people have that eye for a particular shot, do this, do that, make this suggestion, and the on-air personality has to be open to what her team has to say. You can't just go into a story or a video thinking, I'm all that in a bag of chips, and they don't have anything to offer, because they're looking at it from a different perspective through the lens, and they can tell you what will work best. So I love working with these young videographers. The whole series that we did was run once again by Anthony Johnson out of our EWTN Rome office, and he had 2 young photographers. And, I just heard the little spot about Mother Angelica. And you think about what she did, Dave, and you know this better than anybody, how she brought so many people together from around the world. And you think about how international the network is now. And the other 2 young men that were working with us, one was from Ireland and the other one was from Finland, both of whom are graduates from the EWTN Summer Academy. So the talent that they have, not only in the US of A down in Birmingham, but also in our Rome office and the other offices around the country, it really makes you realize the amazing work that Mother did starting the network.
Yeah, and you have to say, Mother's great gifts were plentiful. One of her great gifts was finding wonderful people to follow up on that work. So you have to say, Michael Warsaw and your good friend Doug Keck as well. Those 2 were entrusted with what existed and just grew it even bigger.
Yeah. I mean,
it's fabulous.
It really is incredible when you think about it, and all the content. They're doing a whole nother area of content called EWTN Plus.
Yeah.
And so they're really keeping up with all the latest technology, with the podcasting and different programs. And I love the fact that they bring together a lot of talented young people who are doing their own podcasts with different apostolates that they're starting. So they're very forward thinking. And even this series that we're doing, it received so much of a response. The first one, I think there were over 10,000 people who downloaded it and are using it in various forms. Some are using it in schools, some are using it in their Bible study. And this one is going to be really interesting because we have a really insider's view of the life and times of St. Francis. There's so many places where we take you that a lot of people, when they come here, they don't go because they don't have time. They have a week maybe, and they want to see Assisi and his tomb, obviously. But they don't go to places like Greccio, where he started the first Christmas scratch, or Rivitorto, which is right outside Assisi, where he met the leper, and he had a total change of heart about the leper community and started to serve the people there, which was actually the start of the community in that section of Lower Assisi. Or, for example, Gubbio and the famous story about the wolf of Gubbio. So there's a lot of these insider stories that we're giving people to really understand who St. Francis was.
Teresa, when we have you on the line, and this is a little bit off the beaten path, but because of your expertise, I'm circling back around. I'm smiling since you said since dirt. I mean, no, come on,
it's 44 years, my friend.
Dirt was around before that. I'm just telling you.
I know, but I've been doing this a long time.
No, I know.
And I get tired thinking about it.
But we want to take advantage of that, right? You have been in the midst of this, of all that's going on in the news, all that's happening in our country for all of those years. What are you seeing as far as, I know you're over there, so how are you reading what's going on in our country right now? Obviously, we've got the shutdown. That looks like that's coming to a close.
Right.
But there does seem to be some movement forward. The president of Syria at the White House yesterday, this plan for peace seems to be having some movement forward.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because when we first started coming here in Trump's first term, it was very negative. Everybody was only watching, one or two outlets, CNN and MSNBC, mainly CNN or BBC. And we all know what BBC, how bad they've gotten, and the big scandal that I'm going to be talking about that today on Catholic Connection. But ever since Georgia Meloni took over Italy especially, and she, of course, is a great ally of President Trump. And I was laughing when Jimmy Kimmel said he wants to come over to Italy because he doesn't like Trump. It's like, okay, how's that going to work for you, my friend? Because she's a Trump clone. But she's been doing a really good job, and it's changing people's attitudes. And I think the other thing is that because they see how he is an agent for peace and is talking to people and is a negotiator, if you think about it, here in Europe, in Italy, we're only, a few hours away from the Middle East. And there are so many issues that people are facing here. They're much closer. Let's say, God forbid, if there were a war that was even larger, they're much closer to the action. And so they appreciate Trump now. I think their eyes are being opened. And I think also when you have scandals like you do with the BBC and what they tried to do to Trump, how they falsely edited the speech he gave on January 26, 4 years ago, they're seeing how they're not just biased. These are activists. When you falsely edit something, that means you are an activist. You're an advocate for a particular person or cause. And so I think all of that is adding up to people's eyes being opened and much more willing to listen to the current administration.
Are you seeing more interest? Now, again, I know you're at the center of this, but are you seeing more interest in people wanting to come over to pilgrimage sites? Again, we're seeing an explosion in the church around the world. How is that affecting pilgrimage?
I have to say, Dave, I've never seen it this crowded. So there's a mixed bag with that. So, for example, I was just counseling one of our mutual friends at EWTN. He and his wife are going to be going over to Italy for the first time. And they're saying, we don't want to really do any tours. And I said, if you don't sign up for a tour, you're going to be standing in line starting at 6 a.m. in the morning at the Vatican museums, and then you're going to be with the throngs of the masses. You don't want to do that. So on the one end, it's good in terms of people are really interested in the faith. They're very interested in the saints, of course, St. Carlo Acutis now in Assisi. You have St. Francis. You have St. Clare of Assisi as well. Rome is still packed, even though it's early November. And I've never seen anything like this before in terms of the crowd. So it's good. And it's bad in terms of it means you have to work harder and make sure you know what you're doing when you're planning a trip to Italy. Give yourself more time and don't try to do it at the last minute. But overall, I think it's very positive because people are coming to these religious sites like never before. They're not just coming here, to enjoy the gelato or go to the beach or something. They're taking a definite interest in the faith, and I think that's amazing.
Hey, while you're on the air, I want to say this, and we've not announced this yet, but Italy is coming to Toledo.
It is.
In this
How's
form,
that?
Sistine Chapel Choir, thanks to your friend John Hale and Corporate Travel, they're going to be coming here to our beautiful, magnificent, wonderful cathedral at the invitation of our own Bishop Thomas to do an event for Annunciation Radio next May the 7th, Thursday, May the 7th of next year.
Have you heard them yet?
No, but Pat has.
Yes.
Yeah, Pat, aren't they amazing?
Yeah, I went to the event up in Michigan. The whole thing was amazing. I mean, the explanation of the artwork and the way she
Dr. Lev will be coming
too. Songs. Yeah, it was just wonderful.
Well, you've got Dr. Lev, the Sistine Chapel Choir. It's going to be, and of course your amazing bishop, whom I love. He's great.
Yeah.
We might even get Teresa Tomeo.
Do I have time for a quick question? Or
sure, go ahead. If you have time, I have time.
I just want to know: is December before Christmas a busy time in Rome?
Yes, my dear, it is, and it's actually a beautiful time to come to Rome. We're going to be taking a lot of pictures, not only in Rome, but also across central Italy. They're going to have all kinds of great festivities, but they don't start until December 8th, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, which I like. They don't push the season, but yes, very busy, but lovely.
Vitamin T, Teresa Tomeo, thank you so much.
Thanks, Teresa.
Ciao.